Hi everyone, good afternoon. So we started the class by saying Sawadee which is hello in Thai. And then we started our topic on page number 16. So we understood that an operating system is a software that helps the computer hardware like a keyboard or a mouse to work with other computer software like MS Paint, MS Word, or any games that you have on your computer. So what happens is that different software like let's say MS Paint or Roblox or Minecraft, they take input from the user. So input can be in the form of clicking the buttons of the mouse or pressing the keys of the keyboard. And then that input is passed to the CPU. It goes to the CPU because the CPU has to process the information. And after the CPU completes processing that information, it displays or it shows the output on the monitor. Alright, so I'm going to show you an example from my laptop, okay? Now I have a touchpad over here. It's like a mouse, and this is an input device. We have a keyboard over here, which is also an input device. The monitor here is an output device, and we have a processing device, the CPU, which is here. And I have a software which is called MS Paint open in front of my computer screen. So what happens is, whenever I give instructions to the computer by using the input devices like a mouse, so in this case I'm using the touchpad to give instructions to the computer to select or to fill this whole area with black color, okay? So what I do is I give instructions to the computer. So I press the mouse, and what happens is, so before you see this the entire screen filled with black color, what happens is when I press the button of the mouse, this input or the instruction that I just gave to the computer, it goes to the CPU first, okay? And the CPU decides what to do with the action that I just did using the mouse. And then once it understands what I want out of the computer, it shows me the output over here. So everything happens in nanoseconds. So to show you an example of how quick a CPU works, I'm going to show you a video. So the guy wearing the black suit is me, and I'm pressing the mouse, which you can see is the person wearing white. And we're going to see how quickly the CPU processes the information when I press the mouse, okay? So you can see that I'm pressing the mouse, and when I press the mouse, it's almost like the time stands still, yeah? And now the CPU starts working. So the time between I press the mouse and I can see the output on my computer, the CPU quickly works on the information, and I see the output on the monitor. So that is how fast the CPU works. And the reason why the exchange of information between the input device, the CPU, and the output device and the software on which we are working on, the reason why it's possible is because of operating system. So now I would like you to copy this in your exercise copies, alright? And we also learned about two types of operating systems. The first one is called a single user operating system, which means that this operating system can only be used by one person at a time. So the computers that you use in your house, or the laptop that I use in my house, and the computers that we use in our schools, so all these computers or laptops, they use a single user operating system because it's for personal use. And the second type of operating system is multi-user operating system. Multi means many, and this type of operating system allows many people to use the same operating system in different computers. Now if you look at this picture, you can see that computer A, computer B, and computer C are all connected through a network, and they're using one and the same operating system. All right, and because most of the computers are using the same operating system, you cannot access the files without a password. And these type of operating systems can be found in big organizations or big companies like banks and offices and hospitals, railway stations and airports. So now I want you all to copy this in your exercise copies as well. All right? So until next time, I'll see you all. Goodbye.